Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Matt McMahon, here to talk to you today about some PS4 games. And because shorts are now 3 minutes, I decided I'm going to make a longer form short. So let's start off with the first game in question. That game, in fact, is ESP Rade. Yes, it's a Japanese physical. I got this at an undisclosed media store. I actually got it new, which is funny because normally they don't sell new games, but because it was a foreign game, they actually accepted it, even though in the past I did try to sell a foreign game that was sealed, but they turned me away because they thought maybe I could have stolen it, which is funny. But yes, it's a game that actually is not in English, so the only thing you really have to worry about is the settings, and the settings not being in English is a factor you have to consider, but once you actually get past those settings, you can play the game just fine. Next up is Lost Child. Lost Child is a delisted game by the creator of El Shaddai. Yes, it's made by Katakawa Games. I don't know why it was delisted. It's a Persona clone. It's basically like Persona but at home, for those in the audience that are in the know of the young sort of whippersnapper terms. Next up is Knights of Azure. Knights of Azure, as well as a sequel, Knights of Azure 2. It's a JRPG duology from Koei Tecmo. Yes, it's very good. I haven't played much of it, but they are sort of action-oriented RPGs with a bit of minion manipulation, at least with the first game. Same game, I don't really know what's to it too much. I haven't played too much of that. Next up is another RPG. It's freaking Tales of Grace's F. In my quest to own all the Tales games on PS4, that was one that just recently came out. I bought it on PlayAsia because I had pre-ordered another game, which I'm about to show you. The other game that I bought with it in the pre-order actually got canceled, so instead they gave me credit, so I bought that game in question, Tales of Grace's F. It's a pretty freaking good game. I haven't played much of it, but I'll get back to you maybe in a longer form video. Who knows? Next up is another delisted game. It's freaking Transformers Devastation by Platinum Games, published by Activision. Yes, it's not a very long game, but I played a little bit of it, a decent chunk of it. I really like it. I like the sort of Platinum goodness that we used to know before they now became Clover Studios, so rest in peace to Platinum. Next up is Venus Vacation Dead or Alive Extreme Prism. It's a freaking visual novel, but with Dead or Alive characters in the Dead or Alive Extreme sort of cinematic universe, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's freaking great. The loading times are Sonic 06 level, but other than that, it's actually a pretty decent game, all things considered. I do like me some Dead or Alive, and I pre-ordered it to make sure that scalpers don't, get the best of me and I have to buy it for a ridiculous price later. And finally, we have Ys Nordics. Funny thing is, I bought Ys 8 on PC, I bought Ys 9 on Switch, and now I own Ys 10 on freaking PS4. So when Ys 11 comes out, I'll buy it on Xbox. Haha. And this game comes with, funny enough, Manual Squad hype. Anyway, that is it. I think that's actually already 3 minutes, so peace, I guess. Video game time. Let's start with the first thing, that being a PlayStation 4 controller in the style of the Joker. It has metal buttons in the style of bullets, and it has a D-pad that is metal. On the back, it has two back buttons, that being X and O. It does not have rumble, nor does it have a working touchpad, but that is okay. Next up is a Hydro-Dip controller in the style of Jason Voorhees. This one is really nice. It's got fresh new buttons, but it is a used controller, but that is a-okay in my book. It works just fine. Last up is a controller made by the same creator as the previous controller. It's a freaking skull style controller, and on the back, as you can see, it's got painted blood stains and whatnot. Isn't that so cool? It works just as well as the other controller, so there you go. Next up are two games they bought from Singapore, that being Loco Roco and Loco Roco 2. These are the only listings I could find on eBay that were in English, but they were absurdly expensive in my opinion. Way too much for these two games that were originally on PSP, but I wanted them. I used to own them on PSP, and they have a little bit of PS4 functionality in the sense that you can use motion controls as opposed to L and R, so I decided, you know what, might as well buy them. I mean, they're the same games that I remember playing on PSP. They're both pretty damn good. Next up is a Square Enix modern remake. It's Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven. I haven't played much of it. I've only played about to the tutorial and a little bit after, so I can't say much about it. Just giving it a first impression. It's quite good. I do like these modern style remakes by Square Enix. I also like Trials of Mana. I know that one was very much panned, but I like it, so I like this too by default. Square Enix is my shit, what can I say? Anyway, let's move on to the final two games of the short. Next up is the second to last game. What game is that? Fuck you, I'll tell you. It's Raiden 3 Mikado Maniacs Edition. Look right here, it's fucking Raiden 3. It's based off the Dreamcast/arcade port. The Mikado Maniacs is because it comes with a various remix soundtrack based off other Japanese artists of the time or currently, I don't fucking know. It comes with 2 discs of the soundtrack, the original and the Mikado Maniacs edition, as well as art posters and fucking papercraft shit that I'm never gonna assemble. I own Raiden 4 and 5, now I own 3. Whoop-de fucking doodle-doo. Call me a Raiden Maniacs. I don't give a fuck. Can you tell this is like my billionth take? Last up is UFO Robot Grandizer. It's a Western-based game based off the Toei/Toho animation UFO Robot Grandizer. It's made by a Western studio, but it's published by a French company. It comes with all sorts of goodies like a soundtrack, posters, art book, keychain, fucking enamel pins. Who gives a fuck about this though? I'm done. Bye-bye. Oh, bitches. Oh yeah, the game's okay. I haven't played much of it. Anyway, bye for realsies. Hey, throughout this recording, if you hear this, because my fucking chair is a piece of shit that barely fucking works. It's tearing apart as we speak because it's a shitty one from Costco. I'm literally sitting on Jeff Goldblum pillow right now just to fucking be comfortable. So that's nice. Move on to the first thing, that being a CD. It's called Toho Quest 1 Original Soundtrack question mark, presented by Hobby Atelier or Atelier, I don't know the fuck to say it, Carrot Wine. It has the subtitle often, Do You Like Famicom? It's based off of a game that might or might not be real. That's supposedly a Toho RPG Famicom Final Fantasy clone, maybe. And inside, you get your typical Japanese insert with some fancy Toho art. You know, there you go. It comes with sound effects as well as the actual soundtrack itself. Now, I ripped this to the WAV format because I noticed all the rips that I could legally obtain either were MP3 or they were FLAC, but they were in a crappy kilobits per second. So I decided to rip it to WAV. I don't know if it sounds any different than the FLACs, but I don't know, it's worth a shot. Why not? Anyway, you can totally legally obtain that if you go to my SoulSeek. Oops, did I say that out loud? It's my username. Oops! And finally, I know we don't have much to talk about, but I have two games that I got in between the last time I saw you. First up is frickin' Blade Storm Nightmare. It's a Muso, but not really. It has the Muso sort of format where you take over bases, but it has more of sort of like an auto kind of combat system, and you take over certain jobs, and it's a bit weird. It's not your typical Muso. It's developed by Omega Force. It's a little bit weird. It's got sort of a fantasy King Arthur, you know, dragons and, you know, Western sort of style of fantasy as opposed to the Eastern ones found in Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors or whatever the fuck else Warriors. Yeah, but it's definitely a unique game for sure. It initially released on PS3 and Xbox, I believe. Maybe just PS3, I don't know. But it's on PS4 now, and I say now, this is literally like fucking 10 years old at this point. But regardless, it's a decent game. And finally, we have Romancing Saga 3. Now, believe it or not, this is a port of an SNES game, and this is the only way to play a finished translation, and a good translation, because I've heard the other translation for Romancing Saga 3. The fan translation is not very good. It has a sort of like wacky sort of like, you know, translation that's like basically nothing to do with the fucking game itself, you know, what it originally was supposed to be. This is the only way to play Romancing Saga 3 is through this Arxis port. It's pretty good. I haven't played much of it. I'll get back to you in a full-length video. I say that every time. What it actually plays like and feels like and what the story's like. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. Romancing Saga 3, decent so far. And that's it! Fuck! Here are 5 PS4 games to tide you over until the next mainline video. First up is Crysis Trilogy Remastered. It comes with the first 3 Crysis games. I will say this much, 2 is certainly the best, then 3, and then 1. The graphics are they're actually pretty good, all things considered, despite the fact that the series started over 10 years ago. Also, the fact that it is super optimized on PS4 but not optimized on PC is a crying shame. I guess the porting studio that ported it did a very good job, arguably even better than Crytek. The game comes with a freaking art card hype. Let's move on to the next game. Next up is Metal Slug XX. Yes, Metal Slug XX is the final, I should say, entry in the Metal Slug series. I doubt they're ever going to make a mainline entry ever again. Play Blackfinger Jet when that shit comes out, but this shit is freaking awesome. This is a pixel copy from the UK. It is basically an arcade game in modern times that is actually pretty darn good, despite the fact the original game came out many, many moons ago. But it's a decent port based on the PSP version. Next up are 2 freaking awesome games. It's Tokiden Kiwami and Tokiden Tokiden 2. These are essentially Monster Hunter, but in my opinion, controlling a lot better, as well as sounding and looking and story-wise a lot better. The only thing that it really has that I don't like, it doesn't have anywhere near as much monster variety as Monster Hunter. Tokiden Kiwami was originally on PSP, then ported to PS Vita, and Tokiden 2 was a PS Vita exclusive, but then they were both ported to PS4. That's the version that I'm playing today. These are honestly, out of all the games that I'm showing today, these are the ones you have to pick up. You have to. I repeat, you have to pick these up. And finally, we have Valkyrie Elysium, which is actually a follow-up to the first two Valkyrie profile games on PSX and PS2 respectively. This was originally an Enix series, but is now a Square Enix sort of Souls-like, but not really, kind of hack and slash game. It's pretty decent. The story is pretty faithful to the Valkyrie series, if I do say so myself. Yes, this is certainly a good place to start if you're not familiar with Valkyrie Profile, but in my opinion, you should play Valkyrie Profile because Valkyrie Profile is pretty damn good, and so is this. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that, and goodbye, bitches! What is up, guys? I'm here back again with a brand new short. As you can see, I got Hi-Fi Man Sundara's. Got myself a brand new freaking mouse right here. I bumped the mic. I apologize for that. Yes, indeed. I also have a brand new audio setup. Can't show that or else it's gonna freaking cut out the audio completely. But what I'm actually here to talk about is video games. Yes, indeed. Video freaking games. We have Date Alive, Rio-Reincarnation. Yes, I've never heard of this anime or slash, novel series until I actually bought this, and believe it or not, there is a Steam exclusive sequel to the game, although it is on PS4 and PS5, but only in Japan. That game was a 2020 late release, hence why I didn't get any sort of localization besides the PC port. This was in 2019. I'm surprised it even got a port based off a PS3 and PS Vita game, respectively. Actually, just two PS3 games and one PS Vita game that was compiled into one PS4 great game. Very Coomer-pilled, if you will. Speaking of Coomer-pilled, we have Kandagawa Jet Girls. Yes, in a box and everything. Included as a freaking art book, as well as Kandagawa Jet Girls the game, as well as a CD soundtrack. And what do you know? The game comes with a beefy-ass manual. Manual Squad hype. Let's freaking go. And finally, when it comes to the trio of games in this video, the short specifically, we have Tomba or Toomba Special Edition. Yes, it is indeed a limited run, those greedy bastards. I bought it at a nondescript gaming store. Don't want to dox myself. Anyway, yeah, so this game is quite good. It's definitely emulated, but it's emulated quite well. They released a sequel on Steam as well as PS5, but there's no PS4 copy in sight, so that's kind of disappointing, especially given that I do like to have both games in the series on the same console, including that Date Alive game, but who cares? Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much all the time I got, and I'll see you when I actually release this long-ass video that I've had planned for like fucking ever. Bye-bye.